Warning: the following podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The views and events depicted in this podcast are not based on fact. Do not try anything you see or hear in this podcast at home. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Mrpickuptrucker podcast with the Transporter, Horner's Corner, and Cows and Tiffers.
This episode is brought to you by Horner's Corner, powered by AMSOIL. If you guys have any interest in some AMSOIL products, the link is down below. Go ahead and check it out. Helps out greatly, and it'll keep your truck rocking and rolling for many, many years to come.
Whatever you say, Steve.
There you go. Got the first sponsor of the show. So what we're talking about, which direction we like to go?
Yeah,
You
I mean,
should buy-
anything, whether it's bad, good, ugly, let's talk about directions, right? Everybody's got their lane. They like to run, whether it's north, south, east, west, whatever. So, and then
AMSOIL.
also, it'll go ahead. Seth knows AMSOIL is the way to go. So,
In the links.
in the links.
In
So-
the links below.
Seth,
I
if
thought
you had a
Lynx
choice,
was a cat. Well, isn't
You
it
have-
Lynx a cat?
it is a style cap. Oh, there we go. Turn it on. So we are good. I got a video now. Which way, if you had a choice, or which way do you try not to? Let's start with the try not to goes.
The
first.
try not to, Vermont, Maine,
Yep.
New Jersey,
Yep.
any of the New England states.
Yep.
However, I will do them, but I'll do them under the pretense of next week I get first choice or whatever, or
Yep.
save
Yep.
me a trip on the lane that I like, which the lane I like would be, Tyler, Texas, or Texarkana, or Denver, Colorado,
Mhm.
Oklahoma City. Those are the
So let me hop in here real
Prime.
quick. Why do we all feel? Because obviously I love running Texas. Why is Texas
Yeah.
such a good place to run?
I think it's just the weather and
Yep.
Is it
Well,
lack of mountains?
the lack of flat land, the simplicity of it. It's a pretty standard
Yep.
route. Once you
Feels
get
cheap.
so a lot of times when you're going to deliver, say you're going to Missouri, okay?
Yep.
You get to Missouri and then you go 50 miles off of the main road to the dealer. Now that 50 miles is crazy, right? Sometimes, or it's
Yep.
not the best highway road. Well, when you go to Texas, all the roads are big. You know what I mean? Like there's you don't have that 50 miles of dread, right? You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
so that's the advantage, I think, and that's what makes it easy. Going back to going east to New England, that is the load. Like you're doing a favor, or you live
Yeah.
there. Like if you live there, you get used to it. But like the first couple times you go, you're gonna really hate it.
Yep.
You have to figure out the way things work, and where you're able to park, and the tolls and how to avoid them, and
Yep.
there's a lot of strategy to going east, where the other directions is just pretty easy.
Parking is definitely like I've burned up some Massachusetts. Don't know why. That's another place I like to go. Is Massachusetts. So you said Maine. I love Maine. If I can go up to Windham, Maine, that's another good trip for me. But parking is definitely, you got to know what you're getting yourself into. You definitely got to plan ahead. It's definitely treacherous. I mean, that's the one direction that I can tell you I go that I will stay at a Walmart, because the truck stops fill up by 2 p.m. and it makes it a little cumbersome to get through. So, Justin, let's hear it, bud. Which
Yeah.
other than
I go back to the hizzy.
say other than Indy, what direction do you like to run?
Oh man, I have a line like going Like,
Justin is driving,
Out of
guys. He's trying to beat that clock to get home, and
yeah,
so bear with him on that a little bit. As you see, he's bouncing in and out.
yeah.
But yeah, he's just
Hold
trying to
on a
finish
minute.
up he's trying to
I
finish things.
gotta,
So,
I gotta come back. I gotta deal with my babysitter.
all right.
Hold on a
So
minute.
let's go ahead and look at this. So mile by mile needs the help. Well, yeah, we all need help, but I have
I
not
think he's
done
talking
my
about
yeah, I have not
later
done
he
my
asked
lower
you
ball
about
joints. Yeah.
yeah.
So that, I mean, I believe I've never done one on. I believe they pop out and then you could press them right back in. If not, depending on how rusty it is, you just do a whole lower control arm. But depending on where you're at and how quick they need to be done, I either can maybe hook you up with a connection or maybe we can link up and try to figure it out. What are
He
you cheesing
gone.
about? He gone.
He gone.
He'll come back.
Hey, I have a video on how to do forward ball joints. But yeah.
That don't mean squat.
Easy on Vermont, Stephen
Yeah.
Jardine.
I
Like I
personally,
said, if you live there, it makes sense,
yes,
but it's yeah.
it's a
Like
slow roll.
when people try to get hired in and they're from New England, they're like, yeah, we'll take you. You know what I mean? Because they're looking for those people.
Yeah, they want people to go home with the loads. Yeah. I
Sea
don't
farmer.
tacos are very Texas. That okay.
Yes.
Anybody have I love stopping at HEB so I can get the fresh tortillas. But who has got the taco spots? So there used to be a guy on YouTube,
Oh,
Demolition Ranch, and they would talk about breakfast tacos. They would bet breakfast tacos. Where do
my
I get the
mother-in-law's
breakfast
house.
tacos?
My mother-in-law's house.
That's not
Fire.
that's not Texas, bud. That's local. But like for real, somebody want to hook me up because like I would love to know where the breakfast tacos are at down there.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
yeah. Anyway,
I
so
don't know. I'm not able to travel around like the single pullers. I got to stay on the route.
gotta stay on the big pass. That's the problem with multi-haul over singles right there is the freedom.
Yeah.
You'll make the
Yes,
paycheck.
sir.
I make the freedom.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll have that. It's just part of it. So, when it comes down to Vermont, I don't mind running it. Like New Hampshire and Vermont are beautiful countryside. Once again, parking, got to know where you're at. I think one time I was headed out that direction. Another spot was a Walmart. I parked, got lucky. So,
Yeah. It's easier when you're driving an S10. So what's your favorite route? Like what's your favorite route? Like what's your favorite
you mean like
place
if you said for the next week, I'm gonna run that direction and do it
for the next month or
for
whatever?
the
Like
next month?
the one
See,
where you feel like you make the money, it's the route.
it would be Dallas, Texas, like Cleburne. I don't know
Yeah.
why I love freaking Cleburne. I think it's
Yeah.
because it's what is it pushing like 900 miles or something like that. If you can get in and
Cleveland,
around
I think
Dallas
is
and out, or is it 1,000?
1,050.
Somewhere in that
Yeah, I
range.
think
But
so.
1,900 to 1,000. I know the stops, the route's good. You got enough money to be made. You got cheap fuel. It's just all around. If you get, because like we do Funtown, a 44-foot sandpiper, going to Cleburne is my jam. So,
Cleveland.
Cleburne. What about you? If you had to run one, I'll kind of look at the live chat while you talk. We'll see what we can catch up on.
I like that. I like the Tyler, Texas. I like Cleburne also. The reasons I like them is like it's like three days if you really haul butt.
To get
4
there and
days
back.
yeah, 4 days
Yep.
if you're doing reloads or whatever backhauls. But what I don't like about Texas is the cars coming out of there does not pay very good.
I could see, yeah, backhauls do not come out very often.
Yeah, my favorite route is Denver. There's a
So,
lot of cars coming out of there, and they pay decent. And you can, you run down 80. You don't have to go into Wyoming. You're still getting that
do you
Nebraska
notice
wind, but
do you notice missing like a mile or two to the gallon?
yeah. But I go
Okay.
slow.
I just wanted to see if I'm the only one. So like I can
Yeah,
do the same trailer that I'd go to Texas. And now I am not one to look at the mountains and geographic. And I know Sean pointed that out when he was sitting down with Justin that It's technically downhill from Goshen to Texas, and we probably are starting to do a slight climb all the way out to Colorado. But I can take the
Yeah.
same unit to Colorado that I would Texas. I'm losing like a mile to 3 to a gallon. I'm like, all right, I'm getting the same pay. I'm pulling the same
Yeah.
unit. What the heck's going on?
Well,
And
see, for
so it
me,
makes me feel better.
I make it up on the back haul because I'm able to get a couple cars out of there, and then I have the opposite grade on the way back.
Yes.
And I get really good fuel mileage on the way back,
Okay.
especially if there's wind coming out of the west. And like I'll break it up. Like I'll go from Denver to Omaha with a load, and then from like Omaha
Omaha
or
on.
somewhere in Iowa back. And I used to have really profitable loads from there, but uh, lately I haven't been out there in a long time. So
Yeah. Well, that
I
makes
don't know
sense. I mean,
why, but
I'm sure that if
keep
somebody
going to West
says,
Virginia, I guess.
I'm
You
sure if
lost
some,
sound, Steve. Sure, I did.
I don't know, I can hear you.
And can you hear me now?
Rochester, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Make sure I can still hear you the whole time, so we're good on my side.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah, I'm sure that if you take a back haul and you're splitting it up between, instead of a 1,000 mile trip, it's like 300, 400 miles. I'm sure it helps your paycheck a little bit, right?
Yeah, and I try to time it to where it's like a full day,
Yep.
600-700 miles. And then that way, I'm not stopping early to wait for the next morning to deliver it. You know what I mean? All that kills your time. So
That's the
if
worst. Like
yeah,
that's when you're sitting for
yeah,
16 hours, that's horrible.
yeah, to make $500 on a
Yep.
reload or whatever, you could have been 400 miles home. But
Exactly.
yeah, mile by mile, what's going on? Where are you? Are you at home? Are you on the road or what?
Yeah, hopefully not on the road with that much issue. I mean, I know I've watched a video on lower ball joints. I haven't done it, but I'm sure it's something if you're up this direction, we can figure it out. That's for sure.
Yeah, we all got tools up here.
Yep.
Um, Leaving for Rochester in the morning. Sweet, Steven.
New Hampshire. Yep. You
Get better
running
mileage going east than going to
running all
Texas.
90 all the way across? You're gonna run up 86 and cut across? Yeah, he's home. So okay.
Yeah, when I go out there, I try to take 80, through the center.
Yep. Yeah, if I'm
Save.
if I'm headed to Massachusetts, Maine, 80 across. I've even got to the point where if I'm headed to New Hampshire, because I just don't care for 90, it's not a smooth road and there's crap ton of tolls. I think it adds like a half hour, an hour. You shoot up 86 through Bath. You can go with that direction and get some
Yeah,
nice, little more mountain grades to climb, but he's gonna run 90 all the way. So
Steve is taking 90. Yeah, I've done each route, like 90, 80,
yep,
76. 76 is a really nice
that's
road, really expensive.
exactly gonna hurt the wallet.
Yeah, there's a
It's
bridge
not.
over there with my setup. It's like $100 to go across the bridge.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Well, that's
but
like even if I had to oh, what is it? Berkeley, Massachusetts, right? They want you to go. Yeah, it's Berkeley, Mass. They want you to go through New York, like the Bronx, New York. Like I think it's Lincoln Bridge or something like that. That is stupid expensive. Like I'll even go down and around and go all 80, shoot around and it down. I think it's a 90 or something, what a 91 maybe through Connecticut and over. It's just a lot of different routes when you're headed that direction to bypass a few $100 in tolls.
yeah. Now, somebody told me that bridge over there, I can't remember what it's called. Somebody let me know. But uh, when you're going east, they charge you, but if you're going west, they don't.
That
I
could
don't,
be. I don't go
I
that
don't
way
know.
enough. So yeah,
Yeah.
if somebody that knows, like Steven, if you go that way a lot, holler at us, let us know because that'd be good to know. I know there is one. I think there's one over that direction that is that way. Yes, but
So another route I like is Minnesota, like
yes,
Minneapolis, because you can
yes,
go. It's one day there, one full day there, one full day back. You
yep,
know, and you're maxing your clock, and you're not wasting time. And yeah,
yes. It's definitely one of those things that my first year I burned up Minnesota. it was like you said, like I could go ahead and pick up, get dropped off, make an hour or two home, get back home, pick it up, and it was a good lane to run. Um, yeah, and running out west is gorgeous. First off, let's start there. It's just there's a lot of terrain and weather to worry about when you're running that direction. So it's definitely not for the weak of heart, I guess, or faint of heart, I guess the saying goes, to
Yeah.
where you definitely got to be willing to sit for a day or two. And I am not that person. I go the lanes that I am more apt to run the whole time than to
Yeah.
stop for 3, 4, 5 hours.
Yeah. Hey, can I get the Mr. Pickup Trucker host to put? You sent me a text earlier with a comment. Somebody
Oh,
asked some
yes.
questions. Can you put that in the chat so I can read it again?
Yep. And guys, this is also not, we are going to, have this recorded. It is going to get put out, but we are definitely here for your questions, comments, whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Throw it in there. We're going to kind of
Throw
lean
it
on you
in.
guys. That's where we're going to start with something and hopefully end up with talking to you guys more than anything.
What about
So,
Kansas? Have you ever delivered in Kansas?
yes. Actually, I was just talking to Justin about this earlier. He said that there was a guy heading out to Wichita right now. And I'm like, dude, that's a good freaking run. I like running it. Like, especially like the camping world out there, the lady that checks in, super nice and friendly, and she's not one of those nope, don't happen, don't start till 9:01 type person. She'll come out 10, 15 minutes early and get you checked in, get you on the road. She's very conscientious of your time.
I've never had I've had a Kansas City, Missouri, but not actual.
Yep.
I've never delivered inside of Kansas.
Yep. I even did there's a fun town right on the west side of Kansas City because that's Kansas. I've delivered down there before, and there used to be there's a Ford dealership. I forgot it was Oliver. I don't. They're all over down there, but they were also a transport dealer, or they had camper dealership too.
Which company has the best opportunity for multi-haul? Wave, Horizon foremost, or maybe the pros and cons of each company?
There you go.
That's what
Justin got it.
comment is. It came through text. I'm finishing up my babysitter here. Just
That's fine.
Can you read it? Read it one more time. I was distracted.
way to pay attention, dum dum. So this is from Pecan Fireworks. My next big question is, which company has the best opportunities for multi-haul? Wave, Horizon, or Foremost, or maybe the pros and cons of each company?
Ooh.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'll have to be. I'm whatever I say for Horizon. Don't take it for the gospel because I'm not in multi-haul, right? So I can only go off what I've seen online through the Facebook forums and stuff like that of what they deal with. So I just want to make
Foremost,
that. Yeah, I just want to make that clear. I don't know. I'm talking out my butt here, but we'll let you go, Seth, since you know more.
so there's quite a few companies that do it. You have Bennett, you have Jimbo, you have Maple Tree, you have Wave, Horizon. I mean, they all basically do it. There's IN, there's Indiana, and the question is like when people are asking me, who do I choose or where should I go? The real thing you should do is pick 5 of them, put your app in at all of them,
Yep.
and then ask them the questions. And the questions should be, what's the rate per mile? If you're leasing a trailer, how much is it? And do they maintain it or do you maintain it? If you're leasing a trailer, do you have to insure it? Or do they insure it? Or is it self-insured? How does it work? And if there has to be repairs on the road, who's paying for it and how is that done? The other questions to ask is when it comes to hauling cars back, is it only cars? Can you haul only cars? Or can you haul somebody's lawnmower? Can you haul a pallet?
Yep.
What are the options there? And then are you able to book your own stuff or do you guys book it? And what programs do we use to book through, like Super Dispatch, Central Dispatch. There's can't remember the other ones because I don't use them. There's a bunch of different apps for load boards, and you want to find out who they're using and what percentage they charge you to run a backhaul.
Yep.
And how the pay works on backhauls. Like, are you paid as soon as it's delivered? Do you have to wait 30 to 90 days till the customer pays? Are you able to run loads that are paid out 30 days later, or can you only do COD? I mean, there's just like a list, and that's something I should work on, I guess. I never thought about it, but I should make a list of questions to ask a company before you hire.
Well, like the one thing I heard.
The other thing, sorry, Steve, I'm not done, son. The other thing is bed deletes. You know, if you're the guy that don't want to do a bed delete, you know, who's going to accept you and who's not. Like, foremost, you don't have to have bed delete. Jimbo, you don't. And I think even Bennett now is allowing. I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure, but you know, if you put your app in at 5 different places, and then you can decide off of, you know, write your pros and cons list, rewatch this video 5 times and write that list, and then you can decide. Also,
right,
you know, is there loads in the lanes you want to go? Everybody always asks me that. Like, do they have loads going to Vermont? Well, all the companies usually do, but it's just there's no way to say, yeah, they're going to have 10 loads a month to go to Vermont. Like, there's no real answer to that. And nobody could truthfully answer that to you. Like, they don't know what they're going to have next week. They don't know.
Right. The one thing I noticed, like from just watching people over the time, I don't know why I'm froze up. Sorry, guys. That's something's going on with something. But the one thing I've seen just watching people on YouTube and whatnot is certain companies are only COD. Some have a net 30 or a contract with certain dealers, so they're able to go ahead and broaden. So like the one guy I was watching, he's based out of Iowa. It was one of those things that he leased out with Indiana, and it was only a COD customer. He could only get COD, and that limited him to everything. Yes. How do I fix that?
I think you need to just leave and come back.
All right. I'll be back.
Bye, Steve. We'll see you later.
Bye. I figure out. Keep
Justin,
rolling, guys.
What is your favorite lane to run?
Oh, so I have a line that I draw basically from Indianapolis west, like between 400 and 600 miles, and I do like a half moon shape around Indianapolis. That way I know that I can make it there in a day and make it home in a day. So I can go to like Tulsa, Oklahoma, or Oklahoma City, or I can go out in Missouri, or I can get down into Tennessee and the Carolinas, and I'll get over into Virginia. You know, so basically I have a line basically that I'm, you know, east to west, you know, across Indianapolis between the 500 and 600 mile range, and just half moon around there. And that's where I operate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That way you can be home every other night.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's real good when you got stuff around the house that needs to be handled, you know, whatever it is, you know, so that it, but I mean, everybody's situation is going to be different.
I do branch out. I mean, hell, I was in Florida a couple weeks ago. You know, I go to Texas, you know, whatever. But I try to go south just because I can go to Goshen or wherever it might be, Middlebury, whatever it is. I can go there, I can pick up, I can come home, get my shit together, and then I can head out the next day. And it's like a stepping stone or whatever.
Yep. Yep.
So
I noticed too, it's 100% going to be which direction you head for what's paying at that point in time. So there's certain times that, you know, you may be able, I just looked at the board earlier. I could go to Florida for $1.67 with a big old fifth wheel, or I can go to let's throw it out there, Colorado, and it's going to be $177. Like, it's
Yeah.
now it depends on, okay, did it take you by the house or didn't it? Did it, is it you're going somewhere for a vacation or you're not? That's also a way like for a direction to head. It's 100%
And
up to pay.
I do target the, my area is $2. As for when single pole, I target $2. I won't, if there's nothing in my area, I'll wait for it. You know what I mean? And if that
Yep.
means I got to go to Virginia, I'm going to Virginia, or I'm going to Oklahoma, or wherever it is. You know what I mean?
And let's clarify, your $2 loads are not a little bitty trailer.
No.
They're not for the faint of heart. They're going to be the bigger mammer jammer, toy hauler,
Yes.
CDL.
Yes.
You should have a bigger truck, kind of, type
I
of load.
am
It's putting some
tickling
wear and tear on your truck.
I am tickling 26,000 pounds all the time.
Yep.
I never pull travel trailers. I haven't pulled a travel trailer since, I don't know, damn near a year. I think it's
Yep.
been a minute. I target trailers that weigh 16,000 pounds, basically 17,000 pounds. That's
The
what I
heavy
target.
hitters.
Yes.
Yep.
Because those are, if I'm gonna do it, so with like my 450, right? The way it's geared, I'm gonna get 9 mile a gallon, 10 mile a gallon, whatever. And this truck, it doesn't care. You know what I mean? And so I target, this truck is built to pull, right? So I target the heavier loads because I know where I live and I use it to my advantage, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yep.
So, and, fuel prices, I will genuinely get on the app and find, okay, I've got this load, and this load. Maybe there's 2 or 3 that are in my range that I'm talking about, because that's all there will be. There won't be 100 of those loads that I'm talking about.
No. Yeah.
And I will pick the one that has the cheapest fuel on my route or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I've done that too. I don't know about you guys. I've jumped on and I've went ahead and said, okay, where's the cheaper fuel today? They're one headed east, one headed west, one headed north, south, whatever. And then you sit there and look at the fuel prices to say, okay, this makes sense because I can save a little bit of fuel. I just realized I don't think we ever finished that question. We got Seth in on that multi-haul. He wanted to know the differences between companies, and there was something else onto that question, wasn't there?
Which
I don't know.
Let me look at it real quick.
the best company to work for or whatever. Yeah. I'm getting some experience in this department, so
feedback, next opportunity with company, multi-haul Horizon Wave, or maybe the pros and cons of. So yeah, it's basically the pros and cons of the second half. I knew there was a second half that we were missing.
Yeah.
And I like Seth said, it's a lot of questions you're gonna have to ask each company.
Yep.
The only thing that I've heard with, I believe Horizon, and I can't speak for Wave, so maybe Justin can, is that they're COD. They don't have any net 30 type customers where watching Seth's video, talking to him, I believe you have like net 30 or whatever the company term set up.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
money exchanges from you to the company. So you don't have to drop a check off at the office or anything like that.
It's your
Yeah.
personal preference to some, like I believe that Wave books a lot of your backhauls. Like if you
Yeah.
don't want to deal with all of that and you just want to drive and somebody tells you what to do and where to go, like, and you don't want to get on the phone and hassle dispatchers and do all that stuff, or, and try to figure it out and map it. And,
Yep.
It's easier, but it's a catch-22 of, the dispatcher might send you on like a wild goose chase. If you watch my last video that I put out today, where I went through 120 miles of nonsense to get a load that paid nothing.
I was about to ask
So-
that. I haven't watched that video yet, so guys, watch that video.
Okay.
That'll be either
Get it in focus.
yeah,
Get over
cut
there
off wants to cut it
to win the hat. You gotta go. You gotta go watch the last video. Just posted a few hours ago.
Yep. So yeah,
Chance
so
to
how'd
win
that
free
work?
hat.
You got a phone call, right? Your dispatcher
Yeah.
said, "Hey, bud, how about this one? It's paying XYZ," and you said, sure, I'm working. Why not? Doesn't sound too bad. Without
Yeah,
without ruining it, I mean, it kind of bit you in the butt, right?
hardcore, man.
So sometimes
Hardcore.
it doesn't pay to let somebody else do your job for you.
Not always, but I mean, once you build that with the like, if you have a dispatcher and you guys are on the same page
Right.
and you're building that rapport of this is what I like to do and this is how I want to do it, they're going to set that up for you that way. So if you
Yep.
have a good dispatcher that is in tune with you, then you're golden, but that's a process,
Yep.
it's not going to happen overnight.
You got to remember, most of your dispatchers have never been a driver,
Yeah.
and they're not pulling these big old units and flat decks or whatever around. So it's definitely, something that it may get thrown for a curveball once in a blue moon. It's going to happen, is what it is. Deal with it, suck
Yep.
up, move on, and go. Obviously, next time when you're in a tight predicament like that, you're not going to take somebody's word. Maybe in Texas,
Yeah.
you'll say, no problem, let's do it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, that was horrible. I don't even want to talk about it, to be honest. Like,
That was the past. That was days ago.
my head still hurts. I'm turned around and I'm going right back to the same stupid state, but whatever.
Good job, buddy. That's how you win
Yeah.
right there, bud.
How does the
Yeah.
saying go? You like getting kicked in the nuts a lot or something?
Yeah,
Mhm.
take it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I did the bus 2 weeks ago
Yep.
with the understanding of a better load, right? And for the next week, and it just didn't pan out. Like, they did offer me Nevada, California, Arizona, which are all great runs, but Steve's frozen. No, you just not moving. You looked like he's frozen.
No,
They're
yeah, I
all
was
great
looking.
runs, but they're not
Even, are you
not
there?
something I can do and get home by Friday. It's
Right.
just too far. It's like
It doesn't
2,000
work in your
miles.
schedule. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
just
would
doesn't work for
love
you.
to. It's big money, but
Yeah.
No
so
balls.
they
No
did book
balls.
me. They booked me 2 West Virginia trips back to back. Whatever, it's fine. I'll make it work.
X-ray. Seth X-ray has a question. So are you using a third-party dispatcher or is your dispatcher at foremost?
So I call all the brokers and I set it up. So basically, I'm logged into Foremost account for Central Dispatch and Super Dispatch, and then I will get on there and I'll search my routes and see what I want to do, and then I'll call the people, talk to them about their vehicles, whether they run, drive, if they're on a pallet, whatever. Like, figure out if it's something I want to haul and what their hours are for pickup and drop off and
Yep.
all that, and plan my route, right? And if everything lines up, then I say, okay, well, I work for Foremost Transport. My name is Seth. Dispatch it. So then I just screenshot that load and then I send it to my dispatcher and I tell my dispatcher this one should be coming soon. And as soon as they assign it, then she does all my paperwork, emails me a BOL, and all I got to do is print it out and go.
Yep.
And then, I'll go pick up, whatever, call them, schedule to pick up, go drop off. And all I have to do is turn in my paperwork to get paid. Unless it's COD, then I got to get the money to my office to get paid.
Yep.
But
So
or
he's
I could, like, say somebody gave me $600 cash and I wanted it, like I needed it for whatever reason, I could get on the Foremost website and pay Foremost, like with a credit card or out of my bank or whatever. They have
okay.
like a pay portal. I could pay them and then pocket the cash, and then they'll pay me my part without turning in my paperwork.
Yep.
Yeah.
So X-ray said, so basically self-dispatching is what you normally do. This one
Yeah.
time it was your personal dispatcher that tried to throw you
Yeah.
a bone.
So lately
type
they've
thing.
been trying to. I don't know if somebody's telling them to do it or upper management or something, trying to get more loads or something, but they've been trying to hit me up and say, hey, do you want to do this or that? And it just, so like, a lot of times no. Like my answer is always no, because they just don't understand the routes.
Right.
And but I wasn't able to find anything that morning. And she called and it sounded okay, but I was in the process of unloading, and so I was just like, sure, book it.
Right.
20 minutes later, I look at it and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. I mean, like we've talked about before, once you get that phone call for a favor or something like that,
Yeah.
normally it's not in the driver's favor side of it. So
Yeah. And it wasn't even a favor. It was just some truck she found a bid on or something. And
exactly.
it should have paid 4 times what it paid.
Yep. So Mile by Mile likes running them North Cali lanes. After fuel permits, it usually profits between 2 to 2,200, depending on what I'm hauling and where it goes. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people who like to just hop in the truck, sit back, set the cruise, let it ride for days. It stops you from running multiple pickups. Every company has its own pickup fee, whether it's $20 to $50, whatever. Normally they're $35, $40 each unit, so that helps you there. And then, you can just kind of let the truck just coast basically across the country.
Yeah. Well, it's like we were talking about earlier, me and Steve was about those longer trips. As long as you're leaving on Monday or whatever, and you're not in a race to get there before they close on Friday, like you're not in a rush every day to try to get to a location to deliver. It's more of a leisure drive, I guess.
Yep.
If you want to stop for an hour and eat lunch, you can. It's not going to hurt you, kind of thing. But
yeah,
That's not
hey,
how I
you want
operate.
to sleep?
I hustle.
Yeah, Justin.
I hustle.
Hustle to the house.
Yeah.
well, that's it. Yeah, I mean, like if you run a day and a half load, if you're down for a half hour to an hour, it could slow you up so you're not delivering right away. Depending on what time you leave,
Yeah.
depending on where you
Yeah.
stop, depending on where you're going.
Yeah.
Where if you're 2.5 days out, a half hour really isn't going to hurt you much for traffic or bathroom or whatever. It's you're pretty much good to go. So
The key, the way I do it is when I start on Monday morning and I know I'm going to run all week, I have to hustle all week long to make it work.
Oh, I run those weeks too.
So
until you start stretching them legs out, that's when you realize, oh, that's what these guys are talking about out here.
yes, and I don't disagree with what you're with any of that. It's just that's the way I do it. That doesn't mean that anybody needs to do it how I do it.
No,
This
that's
this
why
isn't this
that's why it
isn't my
works.
well, and this isn't my full-time gig. I'll hustle for 3 months and then I'll be off for a month because I got other shit to do that ain't got nothing to do with this. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, the time that I am running, I genuinely have to give it all I got. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's
I don't.
there's nothing wrong with that. It's one of those things that's what's great about this industry is you need to be home on Tuesday. Cool. Work around it. Work through the weekend so you're home on Tuesday. Take the proper load, leave, and there's many times that I'll have like a chiropractor appointment on a Tuesday or Wednesday. Well, I've got it down to a science. I know I can leave here, I can make it this many miles, and I can be back for my chiropractor on Tuesday. Doesn't mean everybody's going to have that schedule. It's just what works for me, and I can do it.
It's just like, so right now I hustled, Monday and Tuesday. Now today's Wednesday. Now, when we get off of here, I got to go fire a tractor up, make a load of, I got 2 hours worth of work to do, to take care of my animals. And then early tomorrow morning, I'm going to take off and I'm going to boogie till I get home Friday. You know what I mean? So, that's just how I got to do it or whatever, So
X-ray, you nailed it.
Nailed it. I was just looking at that one. I was wondering if you got.
What do you say?
That's where I was confused. Normally you get your own, but this time it was Foremost who sent you the crap load. Yes, sir.
Yeah, like anything.
Now, they've also sent me awesome loads. So they have access to some other boards where they can bid on stuff. And so sometimes when you see me go out east and I haul back like a bus or like a oversized, like that, there was a Chevy 5500 cab chassis thing I hauled back, that kind of stuff. That's them finding that stuff. So sometimes, it works in my favor, but you just gotta. I didn't have the time to do the due diligence to say no. That was all.
And it was the state that you were in. Most
Yeah.
states were not that style. I don't want to ruin. Watch the video. You'll see it. It's one of those things of the location, location, location. It wasn't a wide open state that makes you like, oh, no problem, I got this. It was definitely locations. Where if he's in any other state, probably wouldn't have been any issue whatsoever.
All I hear
Yeah.
is wham, 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 wham.
Coming from the guy that doesn't leave Indiana.
Hey, man, I told you this truck does not leave the county line, bub.
You guys hitting the like button down there? Everybody hitting the like on this?
I doubt
Help
it.
us out. Hit the like. Make sure you
I doubt it.
subscribe. Share it
They're
with your
like-
buddies.
They're like,
Yep.
you don't know me.
Share it on your Facebooks and your X accounts and your whatever you got. Trying to build this up so that have a bigger channel and be able to do cooler stuff.
Right. And we're here for the masses, right? We got our own personal channels that we're going to show you what we do. This is to help people out, to conversate, to kind of have that community, to kind of grow as one. If you don't run somewhere,
Answer people's questions.
yeah, we can help. If we can't get the answers, maybe we can find somebody else to get the answers. We'll bring them on, the next week of, hey,
Yep.
so-and-so wanted this. Well, we'll get so-and-so on here and we'll get the answers to anything that you guys have,
Yeah. And if you're interested in talking to us, why, hit us up. We'll,
I believe there's an email in the description of this, and then we all have different ways on our channels to contact us or let us know right here, whatever. We all see all the messages. So,
and warning, we already have a list of people, so
yeah.
Won't be right away. We'll put them on as we go and figure it all out in the long run and whatnot. So,
yes.
Yep.
So,
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, look forward to the future because we are scoring some people that if you're watching RV transport videos that you're gonna recognize them. They have channels or whatever. We got some people lined up that are pretty well known in the YouTube community to be on. So it'll be.
I'm
cool.
already here. I'm already here, guys. Don't worry.
Steve who? Horner's Corner
Who
who?
that?
Yeah.
Who that guy?
Nobody watches that. Yeah. Nobody watches my shit either because I don't ever put up any videos anymore.
When you don't record, you can't have videos.
I've been hustling, bub. I've been hustling.
Yep, you'll have that on the big job. So,
Well, I made some changes to my operation that are different. That's been a little bit stressful.
yep.
So, whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Things are coming together now, so it's going to change.
Nice. So I keep catching myself say so, and it's all Justin's fault. So
It's because you're listening to me, Seth.
I know. So does anybody have anything else? What else do we need to talk about? Whatever. The next video will be next Monday.
Yep.
We haven't decided if we're going to do live again or recorded.
Yeah, throw it down. What do we got? How many people we got in here right now? We got 12 watching. Let's see if we can't get 12 people to answer whether they would rather see a live on Monday or they'd rather see it recorded on Monday. Let's you guys will be our vote right now. Throw it down there. Let's see where we're going with it. We're here for you guys once again, not for us. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Let's just for fun, right? Last couple minutes. What's your average pay? Well, you may not know, Seth, but what's your average pay rate right now for singles and then maybe multis while they're answering?
Singles is like $1. I think it's all the way down to like $1.40 to $1.90. There's like I even saw one the other day was $2.05 going to Canada. So it all depends on the load, and seems like lately they've been changing it to the rates differ on what direction you're going.
Yep.
Yes.
And all that, and it's just it's messed up.
It's not making any sense. We got shit on there like $1.35 all the way to $2.30 or some dumb shit. But
So like Canada pays the best, and then You got like Maine and Connecticut, Massachusetts pays pretty good, and then
I think that 230 stuff. I
Minnesota,
mean,
North Dakota pays pretty good.
Yep.
yeah,
And the
the
rest
two.
of it they think is gold or something. I don't know.
Well, the 230 stuff that I'm seeing is like you're gonna have to be heavy, and you're gonna like for most guys they're gonna be like a portion plates and IFTA and all that type of stuff. And then your $1.35 is gonna be your little 20-footer or whatever it is.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're in the same ballpark. I've seen anywhere from a $1.35 up to 230, 245 range. You're talking little bitty guys. Your average is pulling like $1.62 right now,
Yep,
to
$1.70 somewhere in
$1.77.
there.
Those are like
Yep,
the main. Your fifth wheels are pulling about $1.77. Your bumper pulls are pulling about $1.62. You obviously want to
yep,
run Canada, and then we got our big old park models. They're pulling like the $2, $2 to about 235 ish. So normally
roughly.
those range. So that was a kind of one of those things. So
yeah.
Yep,
Jenkins just said that 230 stuff is park models. Yes.
yes, and I
yes.
mean, not saying people can't run them. It's definitely one of those things.
It's either a
It's
park
not
model or it's
fun.
one of those big ass Raptors that I pull.
Yeah,
Them
toy haulers. Yep.
big nasty triaxle, 46 to 50 feet long and weigh 16,000 pounds
Yep.
or whatever. They got a GVRW of like 22,000.
Yep.
So your average non-CDL guy is not going to get to pull that.
Right. Yep.
Even your average CDL guy with, a 11,000 pound truck is not going to pull that. Not even
100%.
going to get to see it. It's not even going to be on their load board because it won't be in their territory.
Yep. Well, Horizon doesn't do that. Horizon that I know of, I see a lot of heavy loads. They don't block us out from anything,
Yeah.
so we can see pretty much everything that's there.
I do know in one of the yards in particular, they have like a lineup of all those big heavy fifth wheels.
Yep.
And if you work for Wave, you know where I'm talking about, but and that's where they're at. So you can kind of you can eyeball those big ones. They put them all in one spot, and they're at the same lot every time.
Yep.
So anyhow, but
All right.
yeah,
So X-ray. If you guys, if I can make a suggestion, try to remember that most don't know what you guys know. Sometimes it's hard to follow along. Or use jargon. Yes, that is our big
yeah,
problem. Not gonna lie.
yeah.
I've been doing it 5 years. Seth's been doing it 5+ years. Justin, he barely works. So at
Yeah.
that point,
I don't even know the jargon. I'm just as
yes,
I'm just as in the dark as you are, bud. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I had to, guys. Yeah,
Do
that's why
not watch this channel for me because I am clueless.
anytime you guys go ahead and we get out, put it in the comments if we're live. We will definitely try to because
Yeah.
we will talk. So, like, for example, last episode, you guys were talking about the dock load. I think it was finally figured out
Oh,
that it was a load that goes to the docks and figured out it was the port,
yes, yes,
so yes. So, and then go through security to get to the port is an
yeah,
assumption. Yes, you're right. And that is our downfall. That's where the lies can definitely come in because, like, right now, you're putting your 2 cents in. We're talking about it.
yeah,
Yes, we were talking about the docks, as in they're going to put them on a boat and ship them across the ocean to who
yeah.
knows where.
Wherever it is,
Yep.
Egypt. They're going to
So
Egypt.
that's the thing is, we do videos, right? We've all done.
So the one I had
I
that I
wasn't
took to the
talking.
port
Seth.
went to drawing a blank now. What's that rich country?
Dubai.
Yes.
For real? No
That's where it
way.
was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never seen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Real quick, Sean, these are always going to be reposted.
Yes.
So even if you're not available at the time of the live, this is going to be something. It's going to be a little more spit polished. There may be a something cut out.
Yep.
Our what do you want to call him? Producer gets in there, does his little movie magic. He's going to add a
We're
little.
basically just
to
gonna
it.
we're gonna cut Steve out, and it's just gonna be me and Seth. So
Hey, if that's what gets the views, bud. So.
Shit. I'm
But
sorry, Steve.
no, you're
That was
fine.
rude. That was
That's our
rude.
thing. Is like even when it comes down to videos on my side, sometimes. So I had a new guy start. Let's just go ahead and rewind a little bit. And he said, "Hey, how do I hook up a fifth wheel?" That's something I've never done a video on. I'm sure somebody has, but it's
Yep.
the things that we've just done that we forget.
Take it for granted.
There's so
Take
many
it for
people out
granted.
there that are like following and checking on this of the how-to side of it,
Yeah.
to where it's one of those things that we definitely want to,
We need to work on stuff like that.
lack of better terms, dumb it down a
Yeah.
little and
Yeah.
not try to be so, yeah, we do this every day mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I started, I was nervous about hooking up a fifth wheel, and my neighbor actually took me to a fifth wheel, and we practiced or whatever.
Yep.
Just because I had never done it, and I didn't want to go there and be like, I
I
don't know, I didn't want to.
Yes.
Hi, my name's Seth. I have a truck. How are you?
Oh, I got
Yeah.
lucky. The first time I hooked up to a fifth wheel, I was buying one from my mom's boss at the time, and I never pulled one, never owned one, and I had to say, okay, I've hooked up bumper pulls my whole life. How do I do this? So we've all been there.
I've hooked up my first gooseneck when I was like, when I could hit the pedals on the floor. So you guys are like way behind on me.
That's all right. We know what the rest of the country looks like, so. No, actually, we know you're not complaining whatsoever.
No, we appreciate it.
I love that kind of criticism. I love it.
Hey, tell us that Steve sucks so we can all laugh. It's funny.
Definitely do it. I'm cool with that. I would have asked. I watched like the episode later.
So you guys know, X-Ray is the guy that sent the hats and koozies and all that stuff that had the transporter logo on it for the
nice. Hey, thanks, buddy.
Run. Thanks, bud.
So,
that's
thank
awesome.
you, sir.
Really appreciate that.
Than you put a crappy channel on the thing.
I mean, it should have been cows and campers, but I'll let it go this time. It'll be all right.
No,
I think they're subtly asking for their own.
No, just saying he could have did better choices that day.
Yeah, you can make better life choices, Bob. Seth who?
Yeah.
And you said you would have I would have asked, but I watched the episode there. Yes, even though it is not live, we still are getting the comments. If we don't catch it, the producer's catching it. That's running the background of things. He sends it out into a mass text message. That's how we knew that comment needed to get addressed about the multi-haul. So definitely, if it's not live, if it is live, comment.
We personally aren't paying attention, but we have someone paying attention.
Yep.
So
if you guys come up with something, like, if you think of something during the week, just put it on the last video in the comments. That way it doesn't get lost or forgotten, and we're gonna get to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was for good cause, and we appreciate you, sir.
Yes, thank you. Speaking of comments, we need more comments. We are making investments in equipment to produce merchandise, hats, t-shirts, cups, all that dumb shit, okay? And we are going to give it away at some point based on a random comment generator. So, comment. Tell us we suck, and we will...
Don't say you suck because it won't send it.
Okay, yeah.
That's me how I know I did it.
Yeah. So, fire away at us. Give us some comments, and we'll give some shit away at some point. We're just not there yet.
Yeah.
Yep. We're building the infrastructure of it.
Yeah. If we get Steve to get his shit together, things might be happening, but whatever.
Too busy making money, bud.
Yay! I'm rich, bitch. All right.
All right, guys. We'll go ahead and wrap this up. We did only have one person put for live, so maybe we'll sit and have our powwow later and see what's going on. If we decide we're gonna do it live or whatnot, and then either way, they are recorded once again. They will be out at a later date. Watch them at your convenience. Share them. Tell everybody that these guys are crazy, stupid, ugly, whatever. Send it to them.
I don't know what I'm doing.
So, want to go ahead.
Don't forget to go watch my last video.
Yep, watch
Get
last
entered
video.
for the hat.
I would tell you watch Cows and Campers. He hasn't had one in like a while, so that won't happen.
New video incoming.
For all your AMSOIL stuff, go to Corner's Corner.
Yep.
There is a link in the description for his AMSOIL.
Link below.
There should
Do
be
you
a
have a
link
link
for
lady,
this if you have
Steve?
any interest. I do not have a link, lady, so we're out on that one. But
It doesn't work then. No work.
thank you guys for goofing off with us for the last hour. Greatly appreciated. And we'll go ahead and end this, and you guys have a wonderful night.
Later,
See you guys.
Baders.
Thanks for being here, Mr. Schnickel Fritz.
Yes.
See you guys.
Later.